guys, what is up? My name is Karen, aka cakedbybabyk, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the e.l.f. Modern Metals collection. Hooray! This video is one that I've been wanting to film for a long time. Believe it or not, I actually got this collection like 2 weeks prior to this video, but I got it back in my e.l.f. store at home, and I came back to San Diego for the week because of school, and I realized that I forgot this collection and I couldn't film. And then I went back this past weekend and I was going to film the review first impressions tutorial type of thing at my boyfriend's house. It just didn't end up working out. I wasn't happy with the footage and I didn't want to put out something that I'm not 100% happy with. So here I am, filming it a second time. But I actually think it worked out a lot better for me filming a second time because I did get to try out a little bit more of the products and give it another shot. And I actually tried out all of the shades in this palette, which is awesome, so I can give you guys a full opinion review type thing. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the collection comes with a eyeshadow palette that has 10 shades, 5 mattes and 5 shimmers. As you can see, they swatch really nicely. For the color selection, I would have to say that I'm a little bit iffy on it. Like, there are some amazing tones in here. I just don't understand why they wanted to put a purple and a blue in here, which, I mean, I'm not opposed to because I love color, but as for the whole color story, I don't really think it works. But I'm going to actually use the blue today and see if I can pull together a look using that one, because I feel like that's the hardest shade to incorporate, especially with the other colors in the color scheme. So we're gonna do that, and I'm excited to see. So the second palette in the collection is the face palette. It comes with 3 highlights and 3 blushes. So as you can see, it has a variety of colors and tones, and I feel like this is really great for different skin tones, whether you're light, medium, or dark. I feel like there's something for you in this palette, which I think is really awesome. Oh, and I forgot to say that the eyeshadow palette by itself is $12 and the face palette by itself is $12. And it comes with 2 lip products. There's the Modern Metals Liquid Matte Lipstick, and it's just a beautiful, like, orange color. Like, I don't even know how to describe this. It's like it has orange undertones for sure, but it's like a very nice, like, plum color almost, but it's not too pink or not too purple, if that makes sense to you guys. It's just, you guys can see the footage of the swatch, so I'm just gonna keep on rolling. There's also this gloss, which I was the most excited about. This is the Modern Metals lip gloss, and I don't think this has a shade name or anything. It's just the Modern Metals lip gloss. As soon as I saw this, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, is this a dupe for the Desi and Katy Over the Top lip gloss, because it is a gold glitter. Here are the 2 glosses side by side. So as you can see, the Dose of Colors one is a lot more gold and this one's a lot more champagne. However, I'm gonna insert a clip of the 2 swatches side by side. You can barely tell the difference, and I think that is amazing. Like, you can tell that the Over the Top gloss is a little bit more gold. They seem pretty darn similar to me, and they have the same applicator, which I thought was interesting, and they smell very similar. So I think once I run out of the Over the Top gloss, I'm just gonna restock with the e.l.f. one, because the Dose one is limited edition. And the 2 lip products retail for $6 each. You can get everything separately, or you can buy it as a set, and that retails for $32. I think if you buy the set, you're saving like $5 or $6, which is pretty nice. If you're eyeing like 2 products, I would say just get the whole collection, because I think this is pretty worth. So the first thing we're gonna test out is the eyeshadow palette, and I used 5 shades the first time I filmed this video. I used these 2 light shimmer shades, which are amazing, by the way. This one packs a punch. Like, I put it on and it was just like crazy bright. And I also used this taupe shimmer shade, which was good, but it didn't wow me. And then I also used this purple and then these 2 peachy pink tones. So is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I used 6. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna try and incorporate the other 4 shades that I didn't use. I'm gonna try to make a look, especially using this blue and this green olivey toned shimmer right here. So let's see what I come up with. I do have to say that these shadows are really, really buttery. And the first time I tried it, I used my Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer, and then I talked a little bit before I applied the shadow, and the concealer dried down, and when I applied the eyeshadow onto my lids, it was horrible. Like, it was so patchy. I had to take it off and start all over. But that second time, I didn't wait for my concealer to set and I left it tacky, and the look was beautiful. So just goes to show that your base makes a huge difference. So today I'm just gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape like I always do. It's my tried and true. I'm just going to apply this all over the lid, and using my Morphe sponge, I'm just going to blend this out. Okay, so I'm gonna take a Morphe E36 brush, of course, because that's what I always start out with, and I'm gonna dip into that blue shade and just gonna pack it into my crease and see how pigmented this applies with a brush. That's not bad. That's not bad at all for like a drugstore blue. It's not the most vibrant thing in the world, but I mean, for the price, it's pretty nice. And now I think I'm gonna take that purple shade with my City Color CC-E05 brush and just kind of blend that out. I'm not really a fan of that. And I'm gonna take that peachy pink shade and just blend all that out. I don't know if it's because like I don't like the color combination between the purple and the blue, or if I'm just like not blending correctly. But now that I added the pink, it looks nicer. Okay, and surprise, surprise, I'm gonna do a cut crease. So I'm gonna cut my creases off camera. If you guys wanna know how I cut my crease, then I will link it in the description below or in the eye above, whichever side it's on, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that my crease is cut, I'm gonna go in with the green shade, and I'm just gonna take that on my finger and just apply that. Ooh, that is pigmented. The shimmers in this palette are really, really nice. I like them a lot more than the mattes. They're a lot more pigmented. And now I'm gonna use my small detailing brush and just get the edges like you guys know I always do. And I'm actually gonna take that bronze shade right next to it and just apply that at the outer edge and just blend those two together. That is really pretty, if I do say so myself. Okay, and now to finish off the rest of the eye look, I'm just gonna take the same Morphe brush and that blue shade. I'm just gonna deepen out this outer corner and just blend it all together so the edges look nicer. I do wish that it was a more like vibrant and deeper blue though, but we all want what we can't have. But yeah, so that is it for this eye look. I'm gonna do my other eye off camera as well as the rest of my face, and we'll be back to discuss the face palette. Okay, so I'm back with the full face. I finished the other eye as well as underneath, and I did my base and my contour bronzer off camera. I'm actually gonna zoom you guys in a little bit here. You can tell that the bronze shade in this eye is a lot more vivid than this one. Excuse my nail, sorry, I broke it. Anyways, it's a lot more vivid in this eye because I did use a setting spray. I used the Morphe Prep and Set. For that one, I just took it on a brush and sprayed it a little bit, and it came out a lot more vivid than this eye. So that's really nice to know that the shimmers in here perform even better with a wet brush. So it's good to know. Now we're going to dive into the face palette. I'm super excited for this one. When I first tried it, it was nice, but it wasn't like wow. And I didn't give this orange shade a shot because it seemed a little bit too orange, but when I swatched it, I made the mistake of swatching everything after I tried it, so I didn't really give this a chance. But when I swatched it in my previous attempt for this video, it wasn't that orange. So if you guys saw in the beginning clips of the swatch, you can see that it's not that orange. So I'm actually going to take this shade. Actually, I'm feeling like I want to mix all three. Is that too much? No? I'm doing it. I mean, I like it, yes, but at the same time, it's not my favorite highlight. But it does look really nice on the nose, I do have to say. It's not too blinding. I think that's what works for on my nose because I do tend to get oilier in the T-zone, and I think that the nice subtleness of these highlights goes really well with this part of the face rather than this. And I did think this in my first attempt as well. Just seeing it at a different time, like it's very subtle. It would be nice for like an everyday type of thing. I'm actually gonna take this on my brow bone as well. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it, you know? Okay, now I'm actually going to take the blush. I really, really love these two shades. So I think I'm going to mix them both. And if you know me, you know that I'm like not really a blush person, but for the past couple weeks, I've been kind of getting into it, which is interesting. So I'm being a lot more open to it. And these tones are like totally tones that I would wear. I'm sorry if I look crazy. I just usually don't do blush, so I'm still trying to figure out like how to do it because I know everybody does it differently. It looks a little dark on camera, but in person, it's not that dark. So don't come for me. And I'm actually going to finish off the look with the gloss. I don't think that the liquid lipstick goes well with my eye look, so I'm just gonna stick to the gloss, and it smells really nice. It smells like my other e.l.f. lip glosses, which I am in love with, by the way. And this gloss feels very nice. It doesn't feel gritty at all, even though there's a bunch of glitter in here, which is really nice. I know the Dose of Colors one feels a little bit gritty. It's not too sticky. It's not too liquidy, which it's a very nice consistency. And I'm going to pop on a lash and some mascara, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay guys, so this is the completed look, and I'm actually a fan of this eyeshadow. Like the more I look at it, the more I like it, which I didn't think I would when I first started it because I just wanted to use like all the colors of the palette, but I'm actually here for it. Let's start with the eyeshadow palette. I think that this is the most worth in this actually no, these two are the most worth to me. I think it's a beautiful mixture of matte and shimmer. I still am confused about the color story a little bit because I did kind of semi have a hard time coming up with a look for this blue. Like I really appreciate like the boldness and the pops of color, but just like as a whole palette, it just doesn't seem that cohesive to me. Like I had to really think about something that I could do, you know? The quality of the eyeshadows are great. The shimmers pack a punch. I'm gonna swatch this one. I think this is one of my favorite shades in the palette. Like, oh my gosh. These shimmers in here are insanely pigmented and buttery smooth. As for the mattes, I'm a fan of these two shades right here. I think they're amazing, especially this light one. It's very hard for light shadows like these to be super pigmented, but it is. The two bold colors in the palette, I would say that you have to work with them a little bit. Like I said before, when I first tried it with my concealer dried down, both of these were so patchy, but using a tacky base really helps. And it helps the pigment stick to your eyelid, and it did help it perform a lot better. So those are my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. As for the face palette, I am not really a big fan of the highlights. Yes, they're nice. They're not the best that I've ever tried. For the blushes, I think the tones in here are really nice. I just don't know if I would ever use this one right here. They do feel really, really soft and buttery. They're very similar to the eyeshadows in my opinion, but if I had to omit anything out of this collection, it would probably be this one. As for the lip products, I have not gotten a chance to try this out and see how it wears throughout the day. I would think like their other matte liquid lipsticks. This gloss, however, like I am in love with. Like both of these for just $6, and it is an insanely low price point. So I mean, even if this doesn't last, I'm sorry, I'm not flipping you off. Even if this doesn't last and I have to reapply, that's something that I'm willing to do just for the price point. So my overall thoughts on this collection are pretty positive in general. I mean, there is that one face palette that I'm a little bit iffy about, but it's not bad at all. It's just not my cup of tea, and I know people might have different opinions on these different products, but these are just my thoughts, and I really hope that you guys consider picking up this collection because it is a really nice one, especially for the price point. So yeah, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!